So we started this whole project because we were curious about the pedagogies of MOOCs. And what we wanted to do was, in some sense, objectify it. So we developed a tool we called AMP, Assessing MOOC Pedagogies, to do that.
We developed the tool based on Thomas Reeves' work on his 14 dimensions of pedagogy, and we retained 6 of those in our research team. We looked at epistemology, we looked at the role of the teacher, experiential validity we changed to focus of activities in a lesson, cooperative learning, accommodation for individual differences, as well as user role. And then we also added a few more of our own pieces to that. The approach to content within a lesson, feedback, and activities and assessment. And one of the 10, we used a 1 through 10 scale in the beginning, but then we moved that back to a 1 through 5 to give us greater reliability. So that's how we started, and then we started looking at different MOOC courses across the United States to evaluate our tool.
So our methodology was we had 4 reviewers, and we all ranked the MOOCs that we were looking at on these 10 dimensions with a rating of 1 through 5 for each of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then we met to see if we agreed. And at the first blush, when we first looked to see whether or not we were agreed or not, we had 80% iterator reliability. But we then, through consensus, agreed on what the exact rating for each one would be.
So we really, it was interesting, we talked through each of the courses to gain consensus. So we talked through each of the pieces that we'd evaluated on each course. So it was lengthy, but it was well worth it.
And in the end, we did 20 courses. We started with STEM courses because the first MOOCs were mostly STEM courses.
Mm-hmm.
And then we decided we should look at things that weren't STEM to see if they were different. And then we decided we should look at different platforms. So we ended up with Coursera, Udacity, edX, Carnegie Learning Initiative courses, and a couple from Saylor. And that gave us a good variety. And we had courses all over the spectrum, but heavy on the STEM end.